Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How are you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I assure you that at some point I am going to get that sister's recap out to you. But every time I get ready to do the recap, as I'm minding my own business, here comes some love and marriage Huntsville tea. And then, as I was still minding my own business, what do I see? Kiana is suing Harry Scary Monster. Now, a lot of people call her Cookie Monster, but I call her Harry Scary Monster because you all have to get the nose and the eyebrows. And I will be putting Harry Scary Monster in this video so you can see the resemblance between Harry Scary Monster and the boy. Not Cookie Monster, Harry Scary Monster. The one who is very little known. But I know him throughout the 70s because I am a 70s child. And Sesame Street was our world back then because, hey, we didn't have the Disney Channel. No. 3 channels. 2, 4, and 9. Oh, yes. And then you had to use an antenna to get channel 11, which was ABC. So, that's a part of living in the deep south. Cable didn't come to us until the 80s. But when we got cable, baby, when we got it. Do you hear me? My mom got all the channels. But that's neither here nor there. The word on the street is that she's suing her for millions of dollars. You know, she did actually injure this woman. And if you don't believe me, look back at the video. They fought. But before the fight, I tried to tell you, all the ones of you who were on her side, because it was something against Candy Eyes. Shout out to Color Me Pink. But that's how her name is spelled, Candy Eyes. I tried to tell you in my previous videos that even though the argument was between Candy Eyes and Deborah, when Kiana tried to separate them, When she tried to separate them, she hit her in the head with a glass, not a cup. And now this lawsuit proves it was indeed a glass. I was like, you can't bleed like that just by being hit in the head with a cup. No. This was something that can actually injure you and harm you and cut you. Like the actual cut was kind of like a moon shape. You can't make a moon shape cut just by beating somebody in the head with your fist or getting hit in the head with a cup. No. This was glass. And to me, in my opinion, she has a case due to the simple fact that was indeed considered a weapon. We will see how this goes going forward. But I definitely agree with her suing Harry Scary Monster. And this is definitely not like the suit between Candy Eyes and Monique. This is something totally different. And I just wonder, with her being the new cast member, seeing as how big bad Bravo doesn't like for people to sue, how are they going to react? Well, they can't react in any kind of way. Actually, Kiana at the time was not a cast member. So I'm sure she went through the proper channels for the lawsuit, being that she is now a cast member. And if that judge is worth his salt, then she should win, in my opinion. Everything is alleged in my opinion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video. Next on the agenda, word on the Huntsville streets is hallelujah. Hallelujah. Word on the Huntsville streets is that the original court documents where Martell could not use corporal punishment and he had to go to therapy is being enforced. Diana Rose is the first to report it that I saw, And she is stating that throughout the court hearing of this week, because apparently Martell and Melody Rogers, Motel Hotel Hope, and Melody Rogers were in court today. Were in court this week. I wouldn't say today because they don't do court on the weekends, do they? Well, in Madison County, they probably do, child, because, baby, I have seen so many things that surprised me about Madison County, like this custody hearing in the first place. Okay? Because even in my little small town in Mississippi, no judge would have let Martell Holt get away with the things that he's gotten away with, like saying that Melody was the one who wasn't complying. Are you kidding me? This man never and admitted that he only went to therapy with Tank one time. Well, the judge is now saying, look here, bald-headed Eminem, yellow Eminem, if you do not comply with the court hearing, you may risk the chance of losing all visitation. And according to Diana Rose, he does have to pay Melody's legal fees. Say what now? Hey, yes. Now, you know the word on the street was that he was trying to get her to pay his. And the judge said, hell no, reverse. He reversed that thing now. Now, this is a judge that seems to be working fairly. And to me, this must not be the same judge. Now, when I was doing court and I was a social worker and whatnot, we had one youth court judge. And for the most part, he was fair. I've been saying since the beginning of time, me reviewing this show, recapping this show, and getting tea on this show, I've been saying because Martell is unhinged, that there should have been a mediator / social worker involved in this case from Jump Street. I've been saying, go back and look at my mental health recap of Motel Hotel when the word on the street was that Motel Hotel had been sentenced to go to a mental health facility. Apparently, that was muddied with some truths and untruths. However, I did say it was alleged, right? But I did give my personal professional opinion, and my personal professional opinion was that he needed a mediator from Jump Street, that they needed someone to go in during his visitation, especially after the accusations from the children, that there needed to be supervised visitation. Go back and look at all of my videos when it came down to this custody hearing. After Melody took him back to court about the alleged hitting, punching, soap in the mouth, and all these types of things, and hot sauce, that I wanted personally for them to have a mediator. And for them, seeing as how Motel cannot get over Melody or get over this marriage being dissolved, that he also needed a mediator to meet in between when he has to be with Melody, because she does not need to be alone with him. So I said that it should have been a situation where maybe like Marlene and Miss Van are the ones who switched the children out, so they wouldn't have to come in contact with each other. I had everything planned out for you all. Like I said, I'm a former social worker. Therefore, I know how to cook and crumble. Do you know how many times that I had to facilitate visitation between warring parents? Yes. So sometimes, say for example, I had a case. This is a prime example. I had a case. I'm a social worker in Winston County. This social worker in Oktibbeha County. The parents lived in Winston County, but the child was in custody in Oktibbeha County. So what did I do? I had to drive my little white granddam up to Oktibbeha County, pick up the child, and let the child have visitation with the parents. Yes. That's how that worked. And it worked for them not to have any contact with each other. Okay? That's how that works. Very easy. If a social worker or a mediator was involved from the beginning, then all that mediator would have had to do, social worker had to do, was facilitated the switch off between Marlene and Van. I'm talking about someone outside of Melody and Motel Hotel. Therefore, nothing in between. Nobody see each other. Nobody argue with each other because this is a contentious divorce. And this was a contentious custody battle. This was not cordial in any way, like Motel Hotel tried to make us believe on the show. And with that being said, if you have any comments and questions, come on, ask me. I've been telling people all along. I would get down and giving you the real tease, commentary. And I'm like, in his comment box, I used to be like, simple. All they need is a mediator and supervised visitation on Motel Hotel's behalf. Because he is the one that's allegedly being accused of corporal punishment and using ways outside of what the judge stated to punish the children. Now, it was just made to be abusive in the 80s or the 90s that children, excuse me, I'm not supposed to use the word AB. Okay, well, that's too late. I done got in my social worker bag. But anyway, it was just made to be illegal for the soap in the mouth between the 80s and the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Because that was the thing to do. If a child cussed in front of the parents, well, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. Dang, I cannot believe this was a punishment in the first place. My goodness, soap is poison. And back then, when my parents were growing up, the stuff was made out of lye. Okay? I could have eaten a child's mouth out. And then the hot sauce. Okay, that's kind of self-explanatory, even though my mother used hot sauce to keep me from sucking my thumb. That's neither here nor there. We can't put her in jail because she long gone on the glory. But the point is, that was their way then. We have since evolved, I would think, as human beings. And not use these methods on little people. Little people that can't defend themselves. And with that being said, I'm going to close. Like I said, come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button so you can be notified when I upload a video. That being said, as I do when I close, I'm going to talk about deuces. And I'm going to try to do Sisters recap tonight.